Some rugby news now. Bulls under-21 head coach Edgar Marutlulle is accredited as a World Level 3 coach. Edgar joins an elite group of World Rugby Coaches after 12 months of hard work and dedication. The goal of this course was to equip the coaches with advanced skills and knowledge to manage the demands of the high-performance sport environment and to elevate the standard of rugby in South Africa. By investing in the development of top-tier coaches, South African Rugby Union is also creating a sustainable pipeline of talent. It also ensuring the continued growth and success of rugby at all levels, highlighting the various pathways available to rugby players' post-playing careers and stressing the importance of investing in coaching expertise. Well, Edgar joins us live in studio to reflect on his accreditation. First and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you, Khotso. Appreciate it.
I mean, it's been a tough journey from player to coach, the transition. Take us through it.
No, I think it's been a massive journey in that, but a lot of people have obviously played their dues also in support. Fortunate to be at a company like the Vodacom Blue Bulls where the transition is seamless and we have great support. I mean, I think of the likes of Khotso that's mentored me, done really well, to watch Don Small, to watch his training sessions, to have Jake and now to have Johan. So I'm really, really proud and I'm really happy to have achieved this accreditation of World Rugby Level 3.
I mean, you started off with the juniors at the Blue Bulls. At some stage, you were coaching the Currie Cup side, and then you were taken back to the junior structures. How important was those learning curves, but also getting this accreditation, which is the highest by World Rugby standards?
No, I think when you consider yourself a continuous learner of the game, we're students of the game, and hopefully we will hope to have careers that last us to 60, 65. So our careers will have ebbs and webs, will have highs and lows. So I really look at some of those highs, really, really proud to be one of the first coaches at Blue Bulls that are coming from a disadvantaged background to be the head coach of the Currie Cup, and also to sometimes losing your job in some areas to be deployed in a different aspect. But in all of it, like to still come out and still push and get this level 3, which is a prestigious accreditation. I'm very proud of that. I'm proud of my family as well to support me through it, and I look forward to the future with excitement, having this accreditation behind my back.
Ever since Rassie Erasmus joined South African Rugby Union as the director of rugby, he's been deliberate about making sure that transformation happens, but not only on the playing field, but making sure that the coaches are being given that opportunity to also express themselves. But it's one thing giving them an opportunity, but it's another giving them backing in terms of giving them these kind of courses that will make sure that they're cushioned into the positions that they work in.
No, I think Rassie's done an amazing job in that, but we also have to think at guys like Ian Swartz that have also played the role, and also various stakeholders like a guy like Mr. Hamilton and Mr. Anthony Hugh that are some of the World Rugby educators and accreditors, master trainers in the country that have done an incredible role in being deliberate about the number of people that they send within these courses to make sure that there's a really deliberate ploy in the talent of coaches that come through. I mean, I think of the people that are on my course, a guy like Mzwakhe Nkosi from the Lions, a guy like JP Peterson also on the course, a guy like Philip Lem on the courses. We're really fortunate, and it seems like
Springbok women as well.
Springbok women was on there. Zane Jordan was on there. Yeah. We had Lorien as well from both from the women's team that just went to the World Cup in England. So women, first time having women in the program, which was a challenge for us, but it was also really a good learning to also understand that there's also women's sport. The women's coaches are going to be credible, and they are just as good as men's coaches in the game.
And how important was it for you to have a mentor like Khotso? I know you worked quite closely with him when in your period as Currie Cup coach. Just take us through how important is it to have a mentor in this space, particularly being a young black coach?
No, I think fortunate enough to have someone that's also got the character and got the heart to really carry someone through mentorship. It's not always, some people may say it by word, but I think Khotso was deliberate in what he did. And I also must give credit also to my recent assessor who was on the course. His name was Mr. Anthony Hugh as well from World Rugby, also really, really deliberate. And both of them have played a critical role in just being, Khotso having experienced won the World Cup with the Springboks 2007, been with Ireland, been British and Irish Lions coach as well, being against them as well. He's really being Western Province director of rugby. So to have someone like that you can call on any time and say, I'm facing this challenge, or I've just celebrated this milestone, really, really incredible. And I'd advise any person in any sport as a coach to really seek mentorship and to seek people that you can put your ear to.
What does this accreditation mean? Does it mean you can just walk on at any club, international club, and say, hey, I've got this, I'm ready to work?
I think it puts us on world. I think it being a World Rugby certified course, not just South African course, it means that there's an equivalent and we can understand from globally that you are accredited to a point where to say that you have achieved, you have done an incredible amount of work and really thought through and gone through your tactical, your technical, your mental and all that sort of aspects, and you've been found worthy enough to be able to say over a year, or some people do it over 2 years, and to do that really well and put the diligent work, you're good enough to be able to do anything that's able to do in rugby globally.
Currently, you're whipping the Bulls under 21s into shape for next year's competitions. How's that going?
We've just come back from the competition now, and so we're in the rest period now this year, while SA Rugby thinks about what sort of competitions they're thinking about. But we're really, really fortunate. We've done a lot of good work over the year. I mean, we look at a guy like JJ Turan, who's now in the Blue Bulls, starting number 8, a guy like Cheswell Uester, and we look at a couple of young guys that are making their mark now that have done really, really good work within our junior system. A boy like SA2 Ndebele that was invited now recently to the Springbok camp in Ireland as a hooker who's played for us this year. So some of the work we're doing has shown fruits. I mean, you look at a guy like Cameron Hanekom, Jan Hendrik Wessel that have come through the Bulls pipeline of our junior system, and we're really proud that we put more and more players within the South African national team and also the Blue Bulls franchise as well, and also globally within South Africa, wherever they may go to.
Where's your heart? Are you more of a developmental coach where you get that nice fuzzy feeling inside that you see your youngsters graduate, or you still see yourself coaching in the big leagues?
I think all of us are winners at heart, and so I think where winning may be, I think what that looks like. At the moment, while I've done my level 3, like doing the under-21s was one of the critical steps. To do the Currie Cup was a critical step. All of them, as long as I'm serving the game really well, whether it may be Test international team or whether that be junior national team as well, or be the Blue Bulls under-21 team, I think in all the sphere, to have longevity in my career, you can't be sold out on a particular stake. I mean, you look at a guy like Rassie that's been director of rugby, gone back to head coach, now goes back in different aspects of the game, and you've got to be able to be plausible but also flexible to be able to not just be caught. I mean, look at Johan Ackerman now, that's the Blue Bulls head coach, who was last year with the national under-20 team, who was previously the Lions head coach. And so you've got to be flexible in the domain, in the age group that you grow. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to have gone through the spectrum and be flexible enough to be able to go through that. And I enjoy all players, senior established players, but also under 18, 19, 21 players.
Would you say you are looking at the game with a fresh pair of eyes now that you've done this course?
No, I think you look at the game more particularly, more detailed, more understanding what the nuances of holding a team is for a year and being meticulous regarding the whole year's periodization. When we think about the principles of the game, I look at the game with a much more detailed eye. And I'm also really proud to be in South Africa as well, to be a coach in South Africa during the most successful period in South African rugby, where we've won 2 World Cup back-to-back, Rassie and them on number 1, to be a student of the game, to get my accreditation during this time in South African rugby is amazing, to call ourselves and to be behind the Springboks for that.
Edgar Marutlulle, thank you so much for joining us on Newzroom Afrika tonight. Well, a bright star in terms of the coaching ranks within South Africa, and all the best to Edgar and his Bulls under 21 for the upcoming season.